personas. We all know them, we all love them. I mean, it's basically essential to having an art brand that's unique to yourself and that's recognizable. I mean, we all know Jaden Animations, Ginga Ninja OO, Emma Arts, Anarchy. I mean, I could go on forever. I have my own persona already, as you can see. This cloud woman you're staring at right now. The first time I ever drew my Sona was over a year ago when I was doing Inktober 2024. I don't exactly remember the prompt, but I drew this lady in my sketchbook and like she was so gorgina. She was so pretty. I then kind of moved on from the sketchbook. I mean, it is still unfinished to this day. One day I came across the sketchbook again and I looked at it and I was like, she's kind of teased. And like I was already feeling like I wanted to represent myself to my art friends, and like I didn't want to draw myself. Like, who wants that? Not me. Definitely not me. So I came across the drawing again and I drew a rough draft like a year later. And like I was like thinking, what do I want to highlight about myself? What do I want to represent? And I actually decided to get out of my comfort zone and I made her a cloud. So basically she represents me feeling like I'm too emotional and like I'm a crybaby. I know it kind of sounds depressing, but it's true. And also I wanted to show off my afro in a way because I'm black. I don't know if you knew that, but I am. Yeah, I didn't want her to just like be me in a different font. So what did we do? We made her a god, specifically the god of rain and clouds. So now I have a rough draft and I have an idea about what she represents. So let's begin with the design.
Welcome to my sketchbook. So this is the sketchbook that I'm using right now. But when I first started out my designing my Sona, I actually used this sketchbook. It's filled with a lot of stuff, but I'm just gonna, if I can even find it. This was the stage before the Inktober, and I was just like throwing out ideas. Just some other stuff. I think this is the only one I like planned out, but this is when I actually started out Inktober and I didn't actually finish this one. Yeah, this was the first ever drawing of my Sona I made, and at that time she wasn't my Sona, but I like really loved how this came out with the tone paper and the white. And she pops out so much. But yeah, this was the first inspo for my Sona, and then I used this one to actually like make out the design. Oh, this is like falling apart because the paper is bad. I'm just gonna, yeah, I think this is the page. I can't even open it fully because like it's taped up and it just falls apart. But this was the first finished design I made of my Sona with this outfit. I like really loved it, and I tried to act like added the hair, the facial expressions. Yeah, that was my first ever design. And actually I tried to like redesign this, but I just couldn't find a way to like make it better. And in this page I started like planning some hairstyles, like, but you know, she's still gonna have her cloud hair because that's just what I really liked how these came out. So yeah. And recently I have been these are just this sketchbook is like filled. But yes, I started planning out some sketches of how I wanted to expand her design, her hair, some clothing, but yeah, I couldn't really figure it out. Not fully. I mean, it's still just the same old design. I did add this chain with a star and like just some notes, like But yeah, I didn't really come to anything else. Like, it's still the same old design, and like, I do like it, but I want to expand on it and I want to make it newer. But it's like hard. It's hard. So let me guys know if you want a sketchbook tour, because I'm really proud of the sketchbook tour. I really love it. But yeah, those are my traditional sketches for my OC. I really like them, but I still gotta play with it. I want to change her design, so I'll make some more sketches and we'll see how it turns out.
She has looked like this for the longest time. And I usually start off my designs with an idea, and then I make a Pinterest board including vibes, clothing, how I want it to look like, color palette, and did I mention vibes? After making a Pinterest board, I take multiple weeks to procrastinate, and then I actually start off designing. The first few sketches were just like putting together some stuff from my Pinterest board, seeing how they came along, things I like, things I would rather change. So after this process, I have came up with a design I like, mostly. I would actually say this design came together a lot faster because I didn't have to start off scratch. The old design was made about a year ago, I think. I think it was, wait, not even, August of 2025, I think. Like, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I really like this design. Like, it's basic for me, but it's so good. When I decided that I wanted to redesign her, I could not figure out for the life of me what I wanted to change to make the design better or to convey her character more, because like the old design already did that. Like, it was basic, but it did its job. So I struggled with making a new design. I did make some points with what I wanted to add, because I wanted her to have like water drop like crystals like all around her, kind of like chains, and I wanted her to be wearing lots of clothes and layers, which basically represent her being stuck. A lot of the things with the old design and the new design are the same. Some big parts change, like she has a whole ass shawl now. The gems on her waist are now like one big gem clipping her shawl together, and she has those crystal water droplets I was talking about. And the end of her skirt thingy, I don't know what to call that. Yeah, the end of her skirt thingy is now made of clouds instead of like nothing, because it was so stiff in the old design, so I changed that. One thing I actually did struggle with also was the contrast. When I was making the sketch in the beginning, only using colors, like just a rough sketch, I could not figure out, it was so bright for some reason. I think I used too light colors, but I tried to fix it in the end, because like, girl, I opened it once when it was really dark at night, and I basically just flashed myself. It was so bright. So I think I fixed that, but I think it's fine. Another thing I experimented with was making a statue of her in the reference sheet. Really happy with how it came out. I love the tone, I love the green moss, her pose, her expression. I love it. Oh, you can see the little height comparison in the bottom left, so you can basically see how tall she is. Like, she's a tall woman, a giant woman. What comes with a new redesign is making new sprites. Which is great. I literally made the ones you are seeing right now, like not even months ago. So now I have to make a whole new one. But I have a new idea, because making a new sprite, like, her hair is too big. I can't just draw it. I do have a modern AU of my Sona, so I'm thinking that I will use those for like showing the sprites when I'm making a video. So look forward to that. I don't know, or not. You decide. I will still be using this design because I love it. Oh, she's so gorgeous. Onto the lore. Like I've said, my Sona is the goddess of cloud and rain. A quick rundown of how she came to be. She was once a human called Alice who lived in a high medieval era, I think. Think like 1300s. She is a descendant of a witch, but she doesn't know that, because why would she? The princess of said kingdom is trying to get rid of her because the knight she's in love with is in love with Alice, and she can't have that. So she sends a witch to try to Alice. It goes completely wrong, causing Alice's witchy heirloom to basically freak out, and in trying to protect her, it splits her soul into two. One part becomes a spirit, and the other is a goddess, and that's how Alia came to be. So, how do I represent Alia, the goddess of cloud and rain, I decide to make her a giant woman with hair of clouds who is stuck in the sky. Duh. So she is the only cloud that does not move and is constant all the time. And basically think of her as the alien jean jacket from Nope. Mortals and humans cannot actually see her physical form. They can only see her cloud hair, and she's basically invincible. But the other gods can see her. Her lore is pretty complicated. I mean, she was once a human and now has half of a soul and is a goddess. So it's really hard to explain God. Also, there will be a part 2 of this lore video because I gotta explain to you how Alice came to be. Okay, so big part of this universe is that it has gods and goddesses. We've established that already. But there is a tier rank to this god. The top dogs, I don't know how to say it better. The top of the top gods are the primordial gods, which are made out of 2 gods. One is the god of the void, who represents itself as a black hole. The other one is the god of source, and that represents itself as a white hole. Later on in the timeline, they became known as god of life and god of death, and together they are gods of faith. Are you catching up? Do you get it? So the primordial gods basically created the entire universe by merging together. You can kind of see this as the Big Bang Theory. A tier below the primordial gods are the introspective gods. So these are the gods that are directly created by the primordial gods, and they basically keep the world in balance because the primordial gods are like, fuck it, I'm tired of this shit. Like, please, I just want to be my lover. Like, please. And these are the goddess of sky, god of earth, god of water, and god of fire, basically the elements. And a tier below the introspective gods are the basic gods. Basic in air quotes because I still gotta come up with a name with them. And like the basic gods were made a lot later on than god of the sun. Think of god of the sun, god of animals, god of souls, so on and so forth. The difference between these gods and Alia is that those gods were made by the primordial gods, and Alia was made by mistake from Alice's witchy heirloom. So she is kind of a mistake, and everyone like kind of freaks out because like she one day shows up on the god's realm and they're like, what the fuck? I wasn't notified that they were bringing you God. What the fuck is going on? She basically gets chastised and everyone kind of ignores her because like, I'm the owner of this house. That's their attitude. Yeah, but fear not, because she basically gets adopted by the god of water and the god of sky. Yeah, so a big part of her lore is that she is stuck as a goddess who doesn't even know how she came to be or why she's a goddess, and all she can do is cry, which basically becomes rain. And now you're thinking like, did rain never exist before she was born? I still have to think of that, so I'm not answering that question yet. Okay, so she is goddess of cloud and rain. When she cries, her tears become rain, and she has big memory problems. So she has memory problems because she's basically been alive for way longer than she was supposed to be. Her memory like cannot catch up to that. There's big gaps in memory. Actually, speaking of memory problems, there was one human that can actually see her, like all of herself, not just the cloud hair, like all of her. And this human is Franz. Franz is one of my dear friends. We always seem to be making A's together, and he came up with the bright idea of Franz being the only one able to see Alia. But because he's a human, he has to die eventually. So he gets reincarnated over and over and over again. And Alia has basically seen hundreds of versions of Franz. And because she has big memory problems, she's always referencing stuff that happened in the past. And Franz is like, girl, what the fuck is you talking about? I don't know what the hell she's on about. So her only friend is the person that keeps dying over and over again. Like, that is so tragic. I'm so sorry, girl. So yeah, that is the big scope of her lore. This is it. This was the design and the video. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Like, tell me what you think of it in the comments. And I'm actually really curious how long the video will be, because this script is really long. I'll probably compress like most of it because I just started yapping. Like, can you actually believe I was scared that I wouldn't have much to talk about in these videos and that like my videos would come out short, but like I've just been yapping. Thanks for watching, and subscribe if you like yapping, or not. It's up to you. Have a great morning, evening, or night. Bye.